All right, my fruitful farmers, there are 5 steps to self love. It is self acceptance, self forgiveness, self responsibility, self care, and self compassion. We're going to take our time and discuss each one, starting with self acceptance. I got this from Centered at Heart. It says self acceptance. Accepting yourself is foundational to self love. Accept yourself just as you are, your flaws, the good and the bad. Replace self judgment with self acceptance. And I just wanted to go through some examples. And of course, through these examples, if something pops up in my head that I feel could be beneficial for you all, that I'm going to share with you. A few examples are acknowledging imperfections, understanding that it's okay not to be perfect. For instance, accepting that you might not excel at every task, but appreciating your unique strengths. Embracing your emotions, allowing yourself to feel and express a range of emotions without judgment, just as accepting feelings of sadness or anger without feeling guilty. Accepting your body, embracing your body as it is, appreciating its capabilities, and not striving for unrealistic standards of beauty. I feel like this is big for everybody, accepting your body. I think the only time when I really felt insecure about my body or compared myself to other women is when Beautiful by Snoop Dogg and Pharrell came out. It was something about that video. If y'all seen that video, them Brazilian women, stunning, okay? And everybody had like the long curly hair and everything. I was like, my hair's not like that. I was like, my butt ain't like that. And I was like, ooh, I don't look like that. Like, that's what beautiful is. But we must appreciate ourselves that in every season. Next is valuing your own opinions, trusting your own thoughts and decisions, and not constantly seeking validations from others. I struggled with that. I've always had wise counsel around me, so I leaned on that for a long time and struggled with making my own decisions. Forgiving yourself, recognizing that everyone makes mistakes and forgiving yourself for past errors instead of dwelling on them. I had to do that, especially when I had my abortion. Like, I had guilt around that and I had to forgive myself for that, and just like the things that led up to that decision even having to be made. Living authentically, being true to yourself and your values, even if they differ from societal expectations or pressures. I think I do that on a daily basis. People say that they're Christians, but when you really about your life, when you standing on kingdom business and you're not doing everything like how some Christians do, being lukewarm, one foot here, one foot in the other. Like, when people see that when you bout it, right? So they be like, oh, okay, no, we can't hang around her, because I feel like I set a high standard for people around me, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure my friends could attest to this. I exude and vibrate on a high level. I set high expectations for myself, and so if you're around me and you're not elevating, then that's a problem. You get what I'm saying? It's like I am constantly working on myself, looking inwards, see how I can evolve, change, grow, and everything like that. And I'm always trying to make steps forward, no looking back. And people can find that threatening. So, yeah, I feel like I'm always different, especially nowadays. I feel like I'm very different from society, and I try my best to just live authentically. I'm not perfect, and I don't try to be. To live and be true to yourself and stick to your values, a lot of people don't do that. It is rare, okay? I am a rare breed out here in these streets. It is rare to actually find people that are doing exactly what they say they are doing. Recognizing growth, accepting where you are in your journey, and appreciating the progress you've made, even if it's not as fast as you like. And that, ugh, I learned that throughout just life, but definitely with starting this business, Fruits for Life Coaching, I'm 3 years into business and I still haven't figured out how to really scale my business. I was talking to a gentleman because he was asking me 1,001 questions, which I don't mind, but he was asking me, what do I do? I told him how I was in the military, what I'm doing now with the schools, how I'm a life coach, all that stuff. And he was like, man, all your life you just been it seems like you've been developing people, training people, helping people just be better. And I was like, yeah, I want to see everybody win. And when I say that, people, I don't know if they believe me or not, but I truly want to see everybody living their best life. And that doesn't mean, oh, you making thousands of dollars and you popping bottles and you going on this trip, that trip. I mean, it can look like that. It can very well look like that. But fruits of the spirit, y'all. Do you have joy? Do you have happiness? Are you at peace? Like, do you have the key things, the things that really matter, the fruits that really matter in your life? Because you can have all, we've seen it, like you can have everything in the world, all the things that you need, and still be miserable because you don't have the fruit. And so that's why my message is so important. And I just got to realize that when the time is right, everything will fall in place the way that it needs to. Even though it's frustrating because, again, this is a business and I need to be making money and everything like that, I recognize the growth. I accept where I'm at right now, and I just know, and I know my purpose. And so when you know that, no matter how uh, dim it may seem at the moment, you just realize that one day it will start shining. I'm grateful to be where I'm at, even though it's not, I don't see the full picture yet, but God does. And I feel like, and I know, not feel, I know He will direct my steps. Setting boundaries, understanding your limits, and setting boundaries to protect your well being, even if it means saying no to others. 2020, I read the book Boundaries. I hope if you haven't read that book, please go read it. It talks all about all the different types of boundaries with family, friends, everything that we need to set for ourselves. Highly recommend that book. But um, yeah, I read that book and I learned how to set boundaries for myself. And I believe I've stuck to my boundaries and stuck and stand firm in it, but it's still very new. And so you don't sometimes you don't realize the boundaries that you're setting for yourself, and maybe you're putting up too many things, like you're putting up too many boundaries or walls, I should say, because you're trying not to feel pain, get hurt again, or anything like that. And so you got to know the difference. Self compassion, treating yourself with kindness and understanding during times of struggle as you would treat a friend. And then celebrating achievements, taking time to acknowledge and celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small they might seem. And I feel like I do that. I definitely try to take time after accomplishing a goal of mine to celebrate. But after that celebration, I'm right on to the next thing, and that's always been my mentality. Okay, I scratched this off my list. Okay, what is next? What else am I supposed? What's next, God? This is not just me, and when it's not just you in business and you have a partner, you don't make decisions alone. I go to God and I look and try to hear from the Holy Spirit on everything that I'm doing through my coaching, because I don't want to mislead people. If things are not falling in place the way they need to, that means I'm not supposed to be doing it at this time, or not doing it at all. Like, it's like I have to wait and I have to make sure that I'm hearing from God and I'm hearing it correct. Out of the 10 things that I mentioned, pick the lowest three things and start working on those things by affirming yourself in those areas, by acknowledging yourself in those areas, by appreciating yourself more, by speaking up, by saying no. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that helps. And until next time, love y'all.